My name is Christine Copley and I'm a registered counsellor at Community Keepers. Today we're going to look at how to manage anxiety. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group states that 1 in 5 South Africans are affected by anxiety every year. So if you are experiencing anxiety at the moment, just know that you're not alone. There are many situations in our everyday lives in which it is reasonable and appropriate to respond with a certain level of anxiety. But when we have to live with anxiety for an extended period of time and with increasing levels of intensity, it can be very overwhelming and affect our ability to function effectively. We are going to look at some valuable strategies you can incorporate into your daily routine to reduce your level of anxieties and manage it. Anxiety can affect you physiologically, behaviorally, psychologically, and spiritually. On a physiological level, you may experience symptoms like heart palpitations, shallow breathing, muscle tension, trembling, nausea, sweating, dizziness. It might even affect your ability to sleep well. Behaviorally, you might experience difficulties in your interpersonal relationships. You might find it difficult to act or express yourself appropriately. You might even find yourself avoiding certain situations or places, or you might just struggle to deal with normal everyday tasks. On a psychological level, you might feel a feeling of apprehension or uneasiness. And this can affect your emotional well-being and result in negative self-talk, which is something that I'll expand more on later on in this presentation. Spiritually, you might have this underlying feeling of dissatisfaction, of emptiness, boredom, no sense of direction or purpose, just a sense of hopelessness. So when it comes to managing anxiety, it's important to adopt a holistic approach where it intervenes at all these 4 levels that are being affected. The first strategy we're going to look at is physical exercise. And this is a very effective strategy in dealing with anxiety. The benefits are many, but specifically in relation to anxiety, it reduces muscle tension, releases pent-up frustration, it increases the oxygen in your blood and your brain, which in turn improves your alertness, your memory. It also increases the production of endorphins, which are your happy hormones, so it really boosts your feelings of well-being, increases your energy levels, improves digestion. It's a natural antidepressant and it boosts your self-esteem. So I could keep going on around the benefits of exercise, but I think you get the picture. It's not about vanity, it's about maintaining sanity. If you do have health issues, I would suggest that you just touch base with your doctor and just find out what is the safest and best form of exercise for you personally to do. And just remember, if you haven't been in a routine of doing physical exercise, just give yourself time to develop it as a lifestyle. Don't give up and just persevere. So in light of that, I would like to invite you to pause this video in a few minutes and just reflect on the following questions. So when will you start? The sooner the better. Don't wait until Monday, unless today is Monday. What type of exercise do you enjoy doing or would you like to try? How long will you exercise for? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes? How often? And be specific here. Be specific as to which days and what times. And lastly, is there a family member or friend you can ask to join you to be an accountability partner? The second strategy to help manage anxiety is around nutrition. There are certain substances that can aggravate anxiety. The first being caffeine. And this is the most common dietary factor which aggravates anxiety and can trigger panic attacks. And just remember that caffeine is not found just in coffee, it's also found in tea, in certain sweets, in over-the-counter medicines like diet pills or certain colds and flu medicines, some pain meds, and of course chocolate as well includes caffeine. Nicotine is as strong a stimulant as caffeine, and smokers will often object to this fact because they will say that a cigarette helps to calm their nerves. But research studies have shown that smokers are more anxious than non-smokers and tend to sleep less well. Other substances that stress the body include salt. Salt decreases your potassium levels, and that is an important mineral which ensures the proper functioning of your nervous system. It also increases your blood pressure. Something else is preservatives, and also meats that have been pumped with growth hormones can also stress the body. But there are vitamins and supplements that can actually increase your resilience to anxiety, can actually improve things for you. And the two are the vitamin B complex and vitamin C. The third aspect to dealing with anxiety is looking at your feelings. When you're facing challenges or difficulties, you can experience a multitude of emotions and feelings. And sometimes it's difficult to even name that feeling that you're feeling. It can really help to talk to somebody, to be able to express what you are feeling confidentially and without judgment. Emotions are normal, but we're not defined by them. The fourth aspect is around negative self-talk and mistaken beliefs. And these play a significant role in increasing and maintaining anxiety. It's all the negative things that we say to ourselves. The what ifs, or if only, or I will never be able to, or it will always be like this. Again, it helps to talk to a professional counselor who can help you to unpack those negative statements and reframe them. Very often we exhaust ourselves by worrying about the things that we have no control over, rather than focusing on the things we can do something about, the things we can control. The fifth strategy for managing anxiety is around deep relaxation and mindfulness techniques. And this is by no means the least of all the techniques. In fact, they are very effective and can provide immediate relief if you're feeling anxious. But the trick for ongoing anxiety is to incorporate these techniques regularly and daily. I'm going to take you through 3 powerful relaxation techniques today. And just remember that when you're in a state of deep relaxation, it's the exact opposite to what your body is experiencing when you're feeling anxious. So it's important to take the time to do these techniques so you give your body, your mind, that opportunity to be still, to not be anxious. The first technique is called diaphragmic breathing. So when you're stressed, you tend to breathe very shallowly at chest level. And what we want is to be able to breathe from our abdomen. So if you place your hand just below your rib cage, when you breathe deeply, you want to feel movement in your abdomen. There will be slight movement at chest level, but most of it is happening here. So the idea is to breathe in deeply and slowly to the count of 4, and then you hold it for a second, and then again you breathe slowly out to the count of 4 or 5, and you make sure that you expel all the air in your lungs. So I just want to take you through that once or twice. So place your hands beneath your rib cage and just breathe in deeply to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a second and breathe out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again, one more time. Breathe in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a second and breathe out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. The idea is to repeat that exercise 10 times if you are feeling anxious. If at any time you feel a little bit dizzy or lightheaded, then just pause for about 15 or 20 seconds and then continue with the exercise. The second technique we're going to do is called a grounding exercise, and we're going to use our 5 senses. As I'm explaining the technique to you, I'd like to ask you to physically do it with me. The first thing we're going to do is notice 5 things that you can see in your environment. Have a look around you, notice something that you haven't seen before, look at the colors, look at the textures. Notice 5 things. The second thing is to notice 4 things that you can hear. My voice will be one of them, but what else can you hear? Perhaps you're sitting next to somebody and you can hear their breathing. Just be still and quiet and notice 4 things that you can hear. And now 3 things that you can feel. So using your hands wherever they are, feel the texture of your clothing. Notice if it's rough, if it's smooth, maybe the seat that you're sitting on. Your skin, is it warm, is it cold? Just notice 3 things that you can feel. The next is 2 things that you can smell. Take a deep breath in and notice what you can smell. Notice the perfume you put on this morning. And lastly, 1 thing that you can taste. Maybe you had a cup of coffee before you watched this presentation today, or you had some breakfast, or you brushed your teeth. Just notice 1 thing that you can taste. And that's the grounding exercise. It's a great exercise to do outside. So if you are feeling anxious, take a walk in your garden or go for a walk in your neighborhood to the closest park and just enjoy working with your 5 senses. The third exercise is called a passive relaxation exercise. And this is an excellent technique for inducing a state of mindful and body relaxation. I'm going to ask you, if you feel comfortable to do so, to close your eyes, because I really want you to focus on what's happening in your body. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, that's okay. We are going to put up a visual picture of a very peaceful scene, and you can focus on that instead. Okay, so I'd like to ask you now to close your eyes and sit comfortably in your chair. And we're going to start slowly from the bottom of your feet and work all the way to the top, relaxing different muscle groups. So let's start with your feet. Place them flat on the ground and just feel the ground beneath you supporting you and your chair supporting you as well. And start by relaxing your toes. Just let them relax and loosen. Work slowly up to your calf muscles. Notice if there's any tension there, and just relax those muscles. Move slowly up to your thigh muscles. If you notice any tension there, just let those muscles loosen and relax. Gently move to your hip area and your lower back. Notice if there's any stiffness or tension there, and just allow those areas to loosen and relax. Move to your upper back and your shoulders. We can hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Just release that tension. Take a deep breath into the count of 4. Hold it for a second and breathe out slowly. And as you breathe out, just allow those muscles to loosen and relax even more. Allow that relaxation to move slowly down your arms, to your hands, to your fingers. Just let your hands flop into your lap and feel loose and relaxed. Move up to your neck area, and if you imagine a tightly twisted cord unraveling, let the muscles of your neck loosen and unravel and relax. Move up to your face, your facial muscles. Notice if you're frowning and just let that frown smooth. Let your eyes feel heavy and relaxed, your cheeks, your ears, your chin, even the tongue in your mouth. Let everything feel heavy and relaxed. Let your head feel heavy on your shoulders. Gently scan your body up and down and just notice if there's any more tension sitting anywhere else. And just slowly breathe through that and allow your body to relax even more. Just enjoy this moment of being still and relaxed. Slowly become aware of your environment again by just noticing anything you can hear. Gently rub your fingertips together. And when you're ready, open your eyes again and come back into the room. How was that for you? I really hope that you feel a lot more relaxed than when you first started listening to this presentation, and that you feel more equipped and confident in managing your anxiety. Thank you.